Okay, we're recording. So just want to announce for everybody, good evening, and this is October 27th, 8:30 p.m., and this is the 90-Day Path to a New You Zoom call number 5. So this is recorded, obviously. I just pressed recording. So for those of you that could not make it on the call tonight, good day. It's tomorrow for you, I guess. So hope you enjoyed the call as well. There'll be lots of great information passed on. So here we are entering the final stretch of this 90-day path to a new you. So much has happened over the last 60 days, but so much more can happen in the next 30 days. You know, absolutely, there can still be record weight losses. There can still be record, lean muscle gains, PRs in runs and lifting, maybe even in push-ups. Who knows? We'll see. All those PRs can be set. Think back to your first 30 days or all those other 30-day examples that you have, what people have achieved, and just think how well you are positioned. You have an amazing 30 days, this last November, this last 30 days in the 90 days to a new you, because you have the nutrition plan, you prepared all your plans, you have all your workout routines all organized, your bodies, your muscles, and your minds are all warmed up to have the best 30-day sprint you possibly can these last 30 days. So you're all set for that. So let's take a quick moment to review where we've been, but we're not going to spend a whole lot of time focusing on that because I really want to focus on where we're going. So week number 7, we focused on focus. We followed one course until successful. We really, at that point, we were halfway through our 90 days to a new you. So we really, at that point, we should have already decided where we're going, what our goals were going to be, the nutrition plan we had in place. So I really wanted everybody to stay focused on that and pay attention and follow through with it and stop searching around for other diet plans or other nutrition, other fitness plans or change your routines up. Stick with what you have by that point and just focus on it to get you to the end. So that really was the focus of week 7. Then there was week 8. We really looked at a positive mindset, and there was some great motivational sayings and tips to ensure that we keep ourselves on track mentally, because the best way to achieve our goals physically is to keep our minds in place and guiding us towards that, so that our actions were in the right direction. So again, we don't want to spend too much time talking about the past 2 weeks. I want to focus on what's ahead. What's ahead is 30 days of great nutrition, of hitting your fitness goals, of getting your minds right. And we know this challenge does wrap up just before the silly season. Now, I don't know if everybody uses that term, but that's something we use back in the military, the silly season as it comes up. So I'm not saying that, during the month of December or during the silly season, just to let it all go and to completely indulge. But it's a holiday season, so there are going to be some indulgences. So I'm saying, enjoy a great Christmas meal with your family. Have a few treats at the Christmas party, some of your favorite baking, some of those things you really look forward to, and maybe even a drink or 2, maybe just 2, at a work event or something like that. But 2, not 2 hands, 2. But isn't it going to be great going into the holiday season, being at your ideal weight, whatever that is for you, your ideal level of fitness, and not behind the curveball? Because remember, this is a lifestyle. I know it's a 90-day challenge that we're throwing at you, and you're on a 16-week Ice Body challenge, but it's a lifestyle. So every time we enter a holiday season behind the curve or a few pounds overweight, during the holiday season, we're going to put on a few more pounds. And then it happens again and again and again until we're at a point where we're out of control. So I think that's why a lot of us are on this path right now, is because we want to get back in control. So we want to enter the silly season in control, or at least the best way we can. So if we do put on a pound or 2, that's all it is. And we're not too far behind, because for a lot of people, we're still on a 16-week challenge, the bigger Ice Body challenge. So we want to get right back at it. And I know for many of you looking around this group, and there are many of you in the groups globally, that Christmas is not going to slow you down. You're absolutely going to stay on track. It's just another month, and you're completely focused on achieving your goals. So kudos to all of you guys as well. So I think we do have enough reason to tighten up for the next month to make sure that we're heading into December in our absolute best shape possible. So enough on that. Can you believe it's already been a month since we announced our last Spirit Award winners. So, well, tonight I have the honor, along with Cindy and Darren and James, to again share with you the individuals that we have chosen to receive this cash prize, and better yet, the coveted Spirit Award. Now, we've had such great feedback that the shares from the teammates have been as great or better than anything I have to say. So I don't know whether that's a compliment or an insult, but I'll take it either way. That we just want to hear a little bit more from you guys. So each of our Spirit Award winners, we're going to give them the platform and an opportunity to share maybe a little bit about themselves, their Isagenix journey, talk a little bit about their 90-day goals and what got them here and where they are, and then finally how they're feeling or how they're doing with this group and how it's supporting them achieve their goals along the way. So again, remember, we've got 3 separate groups working in parallel with each other. So I'm going to hand it over to Cindy and Darren to announce their Spirit Award winner, and then maybe they can have their individual share like I just talked about. So Cindy and Darren?
Darren, I'm going to pass this over to you this time, okay?
Yeah, sure. I got it. Okay, so as everybody knows, each month we have a Spirit Award winner from one of each teams. One of each of the 3 teams, as Jeff explained. And I got to say that this one was right down to the wire. And I actually had to approach Jeff and James to say exactly what are we looking at here, because I have to nominate 2 this time. You can't nominate 2. It has to be 1. And so the winner for Team Certainty, this one is Ken Snook. And Ken, I've already spoken to you. Yeah, high five, virtual high five. And so Ken, we'd like to give you the platform now to tell a little bit about yourself and talk about how you love supporting.
Can anybody hear me?
Good to go.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, Cindy and Darren. It's a fantastic group, and I'll get to more on that in a second. You guys are fantastic leaders, and it only goes to show when you look at some of the comments in the group here. So just a little bit about me. I'm a police officer, 23 years, I guess. A little bit, maybe around a little bit more than that. Worked in various communities, various uniform and specialized sections, and it was a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, because the last one was homicide, and worked in that one and traveled I was always fit and traveled and lived in a hotel basically, and you can't went into bodybuilding a little bit, but you can't do that when you're on the road. I couldn't. Anyway, my week would be 6 weeks at a time at any call out in a hotel, and I ended up with and Stacy there is going to laugh because she's heard this before, but I ended up with a furniture problem where my chest ended up in my drawers. So I really had to do something about that. Met Joelle, and Joelle's here actually. She's just camera shy, I guess, but she's here, and met her. She introduced me to Isagenix, and from that, lost some weight, and it's still going. But the thing that I like about it, and I'm retiring June 2017, still have that goal in place. And, yeah, so. But the thing that really hits home, I guess, is I go around and I tell everybody, like in the policing world, we deal a lot of times with the scum of the earth, and I say that we're not politically correct here, so that's what we deal with a lot of times. So getting into this community and Isagenix, and where everybody's so supportive. So I go around and tell everybody that. And I think we had a call when we first met, Darren and Cindy. We met on a call, I guess, and I was driving down the road, and I said to them, I want to go put my uniform back on and just tell everybody what this community is like. Like, go stop every car I see and say, hey, you gotta know about this. You gotta do this. Like, and so that's still the way I feel a year and a half later into it. And so when I get everybody that's on my group, and you'll see some posting in Team Certainty, and I tell them, hey, you got to be a part of this group. I'm going to add you, whether you like it or not. I ask for permission a lot of times, but a lot of times they just get at it. And and you'll see some of them posting it, and we're getting personal comments back and forth just on, hey, you weren't lying. This is a really supportive atmosphere and community. And so it's not, I guess I tell them, it's more than just the brown box that shows up. So it's a lot more than that. And your weight loss is a bonus to everything that's going to happen to you with joining this group. So a huge shout out to you guys for that, and virtual hug, virtual high five, clap, and all that. But that's basically a little bit about me. So I guess that's it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks,
You,
guys.
Ken. Thank you, Ken, for sharing with us. And I just want to amplify one thing you said there. And I think everybody will absolutely agree with this. It's not just about the brown box. It's not just about the results. It's about the community. And I think we've talked about this many times on other past calls, and it's been many posts on that. People, for their product, yeah, it's absolutely the best in the world. It's absolutely great results. It's the community that keeps people plugged in and chugging along. And I think it's thank all of you. It's because the community can only happen with this large group of people. So it's because of you guys. We're all helping each other get through this. So thank you, Ken, for being a part of it.
Thank you.
So James, I see you down there. I think we're going to pass it over to you now to your opportunity to share your Spirit Award winner.
Awesome. Can you hear me, Jeff? Perfect. Well, I'd like to introduce somebody that's near and dear to our heart. It's before I mention her name, I'm glad she's on there. I can see her face smiling down below there. It's not very often that you see somebody that enters a process with just absolute joy and the willingness to take a look at things from a different point of view. She's a nurse, so much like Ken, some good and bad things that happen in that type of environment. But what she really brings is that just that kind of attitude that it's inclusive, everybody's involved, and just really absolute support to everybody and everything. And she's really stepped out of her comfort zone in the last little bit. And I'm sure we can all agree that, and Ken talked about it a little earlier, it's about creating community, but you just can't have the same people blabbing out the same stuff every day. You need other people to be involved. You need other messages, other voices, which are in alignment with what you're talking about. So when you're looking down at Facebook groups, it's about creating that atmosphere of teamwork, that atmosphere of, a safe place to talk about, somebody that you can, somebody you can talk to, but somebody that also answers back with genuineness, not just simply pressing like and moving on, but actually being engaged. So I'd like to introduce to most that may or may not know Jody Sugden. She is our Spirit Award winner this month for a team. But I mean, this month is no different than every other month and everything that's been going on in the last little bit. So really, really happy to have her on board. She's been with Isagenix for a while, and this is really probably our first good opportunity to kind of say thank you so very much for everything you do. So Jody, if you could just take a few minutes and talk a bit about yourself, just so everybody has a bit better of an understanding about you as much as we do.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank Barb and James and Cindy and Darren, Nancy and Jeff for being absolutely great leaders and setting the pace. Getting that trail going for the rest of us to follow, because you guys are amazing. You're always there for the team. I am inspired by all of you guys, and I hope to follow in your footsteps, even though I'm trudging along a little slower than I would like, but hey, I'm letting go. So a little bit about me. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 27 plus years and a mom to 2 boys. My younger son has some special needs, and he was a big reason why I got actually involved with Isagenix. He was faced with some health challenges as a baby, and then again when he was in junior high with some blood sugar issues. So it was a great way for our whole family to work together to get healthier and watch what we were eating, what we were putting in our body. So, not a day goes by when I don't hear the blender going off like 4 or 8 times in my house, for sure 4 times every morning. So it's great. It's a great culture, community. I've met a lot of people on the team. I continue to meet absolutely fabulous people that I enjoy connecting with and helping. We work as a team. And I love helping each other. Like if I can offer any, of my knowledge as a nurse and as a mom, to any other families and just help them along their journey, that's what makes it worth it for me. So again, this has been an incredible journey. In a couple weeks, it'll be 5 years, and I wouldn't go back and change anything. So thanks again for everybody.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you so much for sharing. And, as James mentioned, Jody's a nurse, and we'll take Isagenix aside. If I was ever to be hurt anywhere in the world, my goodness, I wish you were the one to help me. Because
thanks,
you
Jeff.
are such a caring person that I know, everywhere you go, you touch lives. You absolutely touch lives with every word that comes out of your mouth, every hug you give, every smile you give. It is absolutely amazing. Every time I go to Edmonton, and you light me up. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about the Team AYE group. We have a dynamic duo this time. So I don't know if this is actually cheating, because they both are heavily active. They're both great participants in the groups. But that said, either one of them could easily have won the award themselves, stand alone with the amount of effort that they put in. There's not a post out there. There's not a share. There's not a call that they're not on supporting there every time. And I know this wasn't actually one of the criteria, but even here in Ottawa, when we have events, they're always at them. They're just constant contributors to the community, whether it be at home, whether it be in the back, back away from where everybody else doesn't see what's going on, or whether it's up front. So I would like to introduce you all to Ty and Shannon Elliott and have them tell us a little bit about themselves. Unmute yourself, guys. Unmute yourself.
I'm just going to keep talking and hope everyone can lip read. All good. Okay, hi, everyone. First, thank you so much, Jeff and Nancy, all you guys, for putting this stuff on, for really following what's happening. We're commenting on stuff. We're seeing that you're liking it. You've got such a grip on it, always encouraging. That's kind of what keeps us going, what keeps us checking back. So a little bit about us. We're a military family, a little bit backwards. I'm actually the military member, which is a little bit unusual around here, but we make that work. We've been here in Ottawa since 2009, so a few years. We came right out of the prairies, out of Saskatoon. We have 3 kids, 2 daughters, 14 and almost 11, and my son just turned 8 on Sunday, so that definitely keeps us plenty busy as well. And as anybody who has seen our page knows, we run Spartan races. Our whole family runs Spartan races. That's our thing we get to do together that all of our kids can agree on. So my story actually starts a little bit before Isagenix, about a year. That was my turning point where I decided that my journey needed to start moving forward, where I was stuck. And I took up kickboxing. Had to do something with my time, I guess. So, and I found I really enjoyed it. Finally found a workout I really liked. I lost a little bit of weight, but I mean like 5 pounds. Lost a few inches, had to buy some new clothes. That was fun, but it kept me in good shape. I could feel like I was getting stronger, but I sort of stalled. And I thought, well, I enjoy it, so I'm going to keep doing it. But I wasn't really going anywhere weight loss-wise. Mm-hmm. So there's Shayla, just popped in. Shayla came along with Isagenix, and I thought, this is something. I saw her photos, and I thought, that's got to be something that's going to work for me. Finally, after everything else, I gave it a try. I lost like 25 pounds in the first 3 months. I lost over 36 inches. Had to buy all new clothes, much to Ty's dismay. sort of. And so I keep kickboxing. I didn't change my workout routine any. I felt it was already plenty aggressive to go with. I still do now. So my goal now that I posted, I think today or yesterday, one of the questions, Jeff, you had posed about goals. I said my goal now, I'm focused less on weight loss. I have a brown belt exam coming up, and the exam itself is 3 hours long. So they took us out for about a 20-minute run and then just push. They just run us ragged for 2.5 hours. There's like 2 3-minute water breaks or something in there. So it's a really hard push. You don't get time to eat. You don't get time to drink, nothing. You just have to push through it. So my goal, when I put on the page, was to get through it, still be able to walk out and feel like I might have a little bit left in the gas tank. So right now we're doing 2-hour endurance classes on Saturday. I come out of it feeling good, come home, shower, go grocery shopping, normal day.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's definitely, my fuel is definitely on key there.
You got something to share, Ty?
My ISA story started like so many ISA husbands. I made one smart aleck comment too many, and a brown box showed up. And I got told, that's it, shut up, you're doing it. I lost 10 pounds over Christmas. I come from farm families where you spend the month of December eating. I still ate all through December. 10 pounds over Christmas. Down 25 pounds since I started. But 25 pounds since I started. And
there's one now.
And yeah, so now I'm in my 3rd IsaBody challenge, and I'm working out. I'm up at 5 a.m., do a workout, get ready for work, go to work, come home from work, do a workout, get the monsters fed, get them put down, do another workout, and then I joined an accountability group that does physical challenges, daily challenges and things like that. It's worldwide. My objective is to be the first one to complete the daily dare every day. I'm pissing off people in the Czech Republic and Russia right now, which is awesome. And that's about it. Lots of energy throughout the day. You know, I just like the convenience because I don't have to worry about, you know, having to go to fast food at lunch. I can just grab something, go. My day is done, and I can just get on with it. So
very cool. So guys, what I really really grabbed out of your guys' story here is, and Shannon alluded to it, and Ty, you're definitely living it, is you came to a point in your life where it was not just about weight loss anymore. You kind of put that on the shelf and said, this is a lifestyle. You know, weight comes off or it doesn't come off. I'm just going to give you the best, the healthiest version I can be, and off you went. And I think that's a great mental shift that probably a lot of people need to make. And it takes that pressure off, and then off you go to the races to just live a blissful, happy, healthy life. And I congratulate you guys for making that shift in your mentally and just making it a lifestyle. So whether Christmas comes or holidays come or cheat day comes, you're going to get through it. You're going to move on, and you're going to, you know, make that 80 to 90% choices that are going to be good choices you make. So congratulations again on your Spirit Award winner, and for all the award winners, the check is in the mail. So you'll be getting that shortly. So
thank you.
So as I mentioned, we only have 30 more days to rock out our transformations, you know, as a part of this group. And what that means is we only have 2 more calls as well. So only 2 more calls. One will be halfway through the month, of course. And at that point, we'll be wrapping up our challenge, or we'll be talking a little bit more about the grand prize award winners and what's going to require, the criteria, you know, when the submission dates are going to be, the deadlines, and all those sorts of things. Because remember, there's $1,000 on the line, $500 and $250. So there's some money out there for you, for the individuals that stuck it out for the 90 days and it can present well. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on the next call. So again, this is really the last 30-day sprint. So I congratulate you and encourage you to do it just that. You're in the right position, in the right place to do that. So the best of luck with the sprint to the finish line. But that said, before we hit the finish line, or before we hit the start to that sprint, you know, James has given us some great information in the past, and I know he's got some more for us that's going to help us, you know, get to the finish line. And and just like Shannon said, at the end of the finish line, we're not going to go, drop from exhaustion. We're going to go, yeah, I got more in the tank. I can keep going. It's because of all these healthy nutritional tips that he's providing. So James, over to you to share with us. I don't even know what's on the books for today, so I'm kind of excited to hear.
Yeah, big surprise day. Thanks, Jeff. So I really like your analogy when you talked about the first 60 into the 90. It's about setting up the conditions. I know when I did my IsaBody, it was funny because I still remember calling our trainer and saying, hey, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, you know, halfway through this or better, and I'm not really very happy with the results. And probably like most of us, I woke up one morning and I touched my belly. I said, holy shit, there's an ab. And then a day later, there was another. It's about consistency, and I mean, setting that goal for the 90 days. So I'm really excited to see where everybody ends up. So we talk about different types of product. Today we're going to talk about, I still recall going to the store and I would pick up what I call a supplement. So supplementation to an overall design program. What's odd with Isagenix, and not odd in a bad way, is that I'm supplementing my whole foods, and then we're looking at what Isagenix provides in macros, and we're not really looking at filling those gaps in between. So I have my 2 shakes a day. I have some healthy snacks. The 2 shakes a day, the vitamins, they seem pretty basic. The cleanse seems pretty basic. But how do you fill some of those voids? How do you get some of those micros? We talked a bit about vitamins. I know some people like chai seed. So today we're going to talk about IsaCrunch, Jeff. So that's our product today, and that's what I call a supplementation to your overall program. For an example is, if somebody wants to, I always hear this, I'd love to put on 10 pounds of muscle. Okay, good. How much do you weigh? I weigh 200 pounds. Awesome. I'm going to need you to put in about probably 250 grams of protein a day, to which somebody's jaw drops. How can I possibly do that? Well, let's look at some alternatives other than just straight protein and meal replacements. One of the big things coming out nowadays are essential fats. The more I read, the more you understand, and I really want that to be something that you take away from this is that word essential fat. How we've manufactured that out of our daily nutrition is the word fat got us all excited. But essential fats are very important, and actually when you're creating your profile, whether it be 60-40, whatever, in my mind, your protein and your fats are pretty close, and then your carbs is what you should be playing with. But so often people drop the fats, play with carbs and proteins. Yeah. I really think you should move towards keeping your fats and proteins at an even level, whether it be 40-40-20 with carbs, but that's for you something to work with. But to that end, the IsaCrunch provides that. So it's hemp, of course. So for Ken up top, they haven't legalized marijuana, but the hemp seems to be one of those things that we can slide in there. So it's one of the most nutritious foods containing protein with all 9 essential amino acids and an optimal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, and we'll talk a bit about that. And then, of course, you can use IsaCrunch in a myriad of ways. But it's important to understand it contains all 9. I mean, the protein itself has much more amino acids. But the 9 essential amino acids, and again, the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s. So what should you know about IsaCrunch? Okay, one of the things is adds maximum nutrition to your meals by providing a rich source of essential fatty acids in the ideal ratio, 3-to-1, omega-6 to omega-3. Essential fatty acids are, of course, good fats that are necessary for health, but the body can't make them. Just going backwards, one of the things that attracted me about Isagenix and about what they were providing is that our body doesn't make a lot of the things that we need, whether it be copper, zinc, a multitude of things that we need to ingest into our body. It doesn't make it, so you have to supplement. I don't care how often you go to the store and how many things you buy. If your body doesn't make it, you need to ingest it a different way. So essential good fats. You must get them from food. So hemp seed is one of the nature's highest botanical sources of these fatty acids. Scientific studies show that omega-3s, and we've talked about omega-3s to the end, support cardiovascular and immune systems, as well as increased joint flexibility. IsaCrunch contains all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential your body relies on, but cannot produce these essential amino acids. So I'm going to say that again. This is standard practice. Your body relies on, but can't produce these essential amino acids. And you want to look at amino acid profiles. There's isoleucine, isoleucine, Valium. There's the top 3, but my goodness, there's a lot more amino acids, and they do a lot of great things for your body. So here's a really nice fact. IsaCrunch contains more protein per gram than milk, eggs, chicken, hamburger meat, and cheese. No other botanical source provides such a complete protein and is so easily digested. Unlike protein in legumes, which contains trypsin inhibitors, the protein in IsaCrunch is easily digested. Okay, so really easily digested. Just a couple more quick facts and then we'll move on. Why is a 3-1 ratio an omega-6 optimal for your health? Because, of course, we used to be hunter and gatherers, and it was for a ratio of 3-to-1, omega-6s to omega-3s. So we go back to that paleo word, when we were hunter-gatherers, some of us still may be, but it was a 3-to-1 ratio, omega-6s to 3s. What makes the hemp seed protein superior and highly digestible? It's easy to digest because it's 2/3 edsin and 1/3 albumin. Hemp seed contains no big fancy word, but basically that cause upset stomach, and contains no gluten. No gluten. No gluten. How does it taste? Light nutty flavor. And how can you use it during your program? Very easy. It's a hemp seed. You can include it in a multitude of things. You can sprinkle it on salad, put it in yogurt, dips, a myriad of stuff. So you're looking at something that's going to provide you extra essential fats. It's easily digested, contains more protein per part than any of these other things. Now, understand, you're not going to eat 36 grams of hemp seed, but at the end of the day, it actually has a higher value of protein. Okay, and how much IsoCrunch each day? I recommended 3 teaspoons a day to support healthy lifestyle. So if you want to look at the IsoCrunch and you want to add it to your daily lifestyle, it's going to really fill some of those gaps. It's going to give you omega-6s and 3s. It's easily digestible, and it has an increased value of protein. And Jeff, that is the IsoCrunch.
Awesome. So what do I know about it real quickly? Salmon and salads. It's awesome on that. It's nice to sprinkle on that and nice to throw in salads. You're right, fat. Somewhere along the way, we've decided that fat is a bad word. I don't know what the connotation has, but it's not. Good fats are good for you. And we talk about supplementation. A lot of people could say, well, do we really need all the little things that James are talking about? We're not talking about just getting through life, because yeah, you could get through life without supplementation with just basic foods, but that's all you're doing. You're just getting through life at the bare minimum. We're all looking at being, top-notch, highly tuned Ferraris that excel at life, that have energy into our old age, that, can run and play and skip and jump and do all the things that we want to do with our lives and be there until the end and have sharp, clear minds. That's why we're highly suggesting that you follow along, with what James is suggesting here about, the micro and the macronutrients and thinking a little bit more about nutrition. Yeah, you can survive on poutine and pizza, but you're just surviving, and it's going to get to you eventually to come to the point where you're thinking, well, why didn't I think about those little things earlier? So thanks again for sharing that all with us, James. And where am I at? Okay, yeah, my action item to wrap this up. But before I wrap it up, I want us to all send out a virtual hug to my lovely wife, Nancy, who's in the hospital right now with a big fat hand that she has smashed up while she was motorbike riding. No biggie, but she's a tough girl. She crashed her motorbike, rolled the rest of the trails, never bitched or complained the entire time. I got a tough girl. So with that, I know my action item for you guys. I know Nike has coined this phrase, and we use it so often, but I love it. It's appropriate for this next month. Okay, folks, just do it. Stop talking about it. Stop planning. Stop organizing. Just do it. 30 days. Just do it. Okay, so with that, good night. Love you all, and we'll talk to you again in 2 weeks on the next call as we talk about how we're going to get to our grand prize winners. Ciao, guys.